Ladies and gentlemen, I think AI coins are going to absolutely pop off over the next few months. But it's not the only sector I think will do well. No, matter of fact, I think the Ethereum ecosystem, because of the new up-and-coming Ethereum ETFs, can also do really well. Real-world assets together with oracles, which are basically these things that get information from the real world onto blockchain. And that is really necessary for all these real-world asset projects and basically anything DeFi, because let's say you want to let something happen on crypto, or on blockchain I should say, that needs information from the real world. How do you get that data on the blockchain verifiably without one single trusted entity? That's, again, simply put, what these oracles do. But anyway, right now, we're basically in a little bit of a limbo mode. What does that mean? Well, I think every single person who watches this channel regularly agrees with me that this is, generally speaking, what the crypto cycle looks like. Bitcoin first, Ethereum after, a lot of other large market cap coins after that, and then smaller and smaller altcoins. Now, it's also in that order that the potential gains lie. And that means Bitcoin will get you the least amount of gains, most likely, Ethereum slightly more, and smaller altcoins more and more, but with the negative side of being a higher chance of failure. Meaning, again, if you're buying a coin that's got only $1 million in it, there's a way higher probability that it never pops off. With Bitcoin, you're almost certain it will pop off. It would just not do the craziest of numbers. Again, we're expecting Bitcoin to do, let's say, a 3x or a 5x over the entire cycle, whereas with most of these smaller altcoins, if you're buying them, you're expecting it to go 100 or 200x. And anyway, when we're thinking about what are we gonna buy for the next season to make us the most amount of gains, like I said earlier in the video, those sectors really appeal to me most, because you could say gaming, and you could potentially say like metaverse or things of that sort, but I usually like to go with whatever is hottest in the traditional financial realm. Right now, AI is a very hot topic, and real world assets, well, I'm mostly basing that on the thoughts of guys like BlackRock, who've been saying that the tokenization of everything is going to be really hot, and real world assets essentially are tokenization of things in the real world. So that, I believe, also makes sense. And then Ethereum is mostly just a play on the fact that Ethereum ETFs are coming up right now. But we did get a pretty massive AI announcement recently. And I do believe this also sparks from a similar sort of flame, or I should say wood, from whatever I've got my thoughts of. But let me just quickly show you. And the announcement I put right here. It is that Grayscale just announced the launch of their newest private placement investment product, the Grayscale Decentralized AI Fund, available to eligible accredited investors, and it includes a couple of different coins, NEAR, Render, Filecoin, LPT, Tau, and it's a pretty interesting basket. Again, not necessarily the basket I would have made if I had thought of AI coins, but it brings up a really good point, which is every single time I look at my comment section, I see people asking which are the best coins to buy to become a bazillionaire in the next few weeks or months. Let me tell you this. Most people do not know what to buy in peak bull market, never mind before the crazy run even starts. So right now, what you've got to be focusing on, for the most part, is identifying, out of all the sectors I said before, or many more, which of the sectors is going to blow up the most. And focus in that sector on what do all the different coins do, how tight is the community, and how has it performed recently. I'm talking the last 6 months or so. If you combine it all up, it will give a good indication of what to buy, hopefully very soon, because right now you've got two options. Option number one is to buy undervalued products. So buy a crypto that's gone down 80%, 90%, that you expect will do really well over the next few weeks as Bitcoin and Ethereum turn bullish, and in turn, a lot of altcoins gain slightly more. Or option number two, which is to basically go with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some of the safer bets, and then transfer over into your favorite coins the moment that your niche, your sector, starts popping off. So that's basically the momentum trade instead of the value trade, where value, again, you're buying something that's basically trading under its fair value that it should have. And momentum trade is where you're buying something that's doing really well because you're expecting it to do better. So the reason you might want to go for value plays is because it's a little bit easier on the brain. You're buying something that you hope is going to go up a lot over the next few months because there's good reasons for it to do so, as it's undervalued. The negative side is it's undervalued, but it basically means that a lot of people sold it. Now that might be good or bad. The reason it's bad is because a lot of people sold it. It wouldn't have, maybe, right, been undervalued if it was that good that nobody wanted to get rid of it. But it could mean that, for example, it's seasonal, or it only works really well in peak bull market times. And that basically means if the market does not pick up like crazy here, yeah, you're in for a bit of a bad time, perhaps. With a momentum trade, the good side being you already know it's doing well, and you're buying it because you expect this momentum to continue. And that's honestly the best way to trade anyway, which is go with the trend. If things are going up, expect them to go up forever. If they're going down, expect them to keep going down. Well, with crypto, that's not completely true. We always expect an upswing, but hey. The negative side being you're going to buy it at a slightly higher price than just buying the absolute dip. But again, the positive side of that being that you do not have as much of the risk that your asset class that you are buying at an undervalued thing is not going to pop off this season, because you've seen it pop off, you know it's doing well, and as long as the bull market continues ever so slightly, your sector will just keep pushing through. Another little negative is that maybe if you're a little bit too late on all the buying, you just keep waiting, keep analyzing more and more, you're buying it at the peak of the peak. But just reflecting back on it over the last few months, in peak altcoin season of this run, right, which we've not seen peak, but it was pretty good a few months back. If you had bought the top of the top, I still think you could have made some very good profit over the next few days, as what are the chances that everything you buy was all peaked out the same day? Usually doesn't happen, so you've still got some time to sell for some juicy profit, as there's always a couple of coins that go on a crazy rampage in the next few days before everything starts crumbling down. Point being though, if I wanted to make a nice little portfolio right now, I'd say I would personally go mostly with Ethereum and things of that nature, the safer plays, because of the ETFs and because of the roadmap I showed you earlier. I will, however, most likely rotate most of that over into AI coins, a couple of meme coins, mostly Ethereum related coins, so the ecosystem plays, the DeFi plays, and the real world asset plays within a few weeks to months, depending on how quickly Bitcoin and Ethereum start going on a rampage here. And again, I'll make videos as we get closer and closer to it. I really want to say here are my top 5 AI plays, but whatever I'm talking about right now that was really good a few months back doesn't necessarily have to be good in the next few months. And again, Grayscale, for example, they put up a couple of different coins in a fund. And the funny thing, they'll probably do well. I mean, if the crypto market pops off, this will probably do really good, especially Render, I think, could do really well. But to counter that, let's say Render does a 3x, but almost all other coins do a 9x. Did you really do well? I mean, yeah, you did because you got a 3x, but everything else did a 9x. So again, it's all about finding the right pivot at the right time. I don't think right now is the right time yet to focus on these AI coins, unless again you're a value type of trader and then you're mostly basing your purchases now on the expectation of what's going to pop off soon, rather than seeing what pops off and then going heavy into it. Right now is a good time to start looking into altcoins though. I'm seriously considering already skipping most of my Bitcoin now and just going fully on altcoins, because even things like XRP have proven themselves here recently with just crazy gains upon gains upon gains. So again, the market has shifted. Altcoins looking to be really, really good again here. Again, if you're not into altcoins, you're fully into stables, it might be time to reconsider. Because again, I do expect things to keep popping off unless Bitcoin goes for a massive fake out. But most of the fears, Germany, Mt. Gox, etc., have all been thrown out the window. And again, if you're following the channel, you'll soon see a video of mine talking about my exact top coins, which I think will absolutely pop off. This was just a little bit of an introductory video, because I think these introductions, these thoughts are more important than the actual altcoins. If you understand the process behind them, it's not that hard to find the right one coin. And so I'll say it again. If you want to become a crypto investor, you want to succeed like crazy in the crypto space, just follow the channel, man. Not a financial advisor, but we know what we're doing, and I'm going to make sure every single one of you guys knows it too. That's about it.